A fashion designer's impact goes beyond the runway. They change the way we look at ourselves and those around us. Video fashion designers chronicles their past successes and follows their evolution into the 21st century. Designer Roberto Cavalli began as a young art student in Florence, Italy, experimenting with painting on textiles. The right people took notice, and Cavalli was soon on his way to building a fashion empire. Today, the Cavalli brand includes not only his signature show-stopping gowns, but a full line for men, must-have accessories, denim, and his diffusion line, Just Cavalli. With wife Eva by his side, Cavalli has built a brand of unabashed glamour, dripping in glitter and flamboyant animal prints. Celebrities and glamour mavens around the world all rely on Cavalli for a fashion ethos that transcends trend.
The philosophy is to give to the woman the gioia di vivere, to be happy, to be beautiful.
Everything transmits in one woman that like to be sexual, sensual, glamour, and special.
This Italian love of life and women is certainly apparent in Cavalli's daring, exuberant clothing.
He's like an old Italian playboy, but not old. He's an Italian man, he loves women. And I think the clothes really reflect that.
My inspiration, you, beautiful woman, you are my inspiration.
Cavalli's adoration of the female form and his vibrant artistic prints have made his designs an enduring favorite in the fashion world.
I don't want to be designer, I want to be artist. I come from the art, I was a painter. It is my way to show a little bit my art.
Beyond his extravagant style lies the unrelenting passion for beauty and the vivacious spirit of the one and only Roberto Cavalli.
I try every woman to be special, different, sexy, just feminine. Okay, I love every woman, and I hope that all of you love me.
Feathers, fur, and frou-frou were dripping from the racks backstage at Roberto Cavalli, a clear sign that the hair and makeup were going to be just as lavish.
Cavalli, it's about fantasy. I was thinking of all these superstars in the 70s, going to the Studio 54 and all that, and that was the inspiration. For me, very unusual makeup. I'm doing full makeup, full eyes, full lips, full skin. When doing very like green, black, military, shimmery eyes, very strong, very powerful, eyebrow, no blush, and a very strong burgundy lips. And I wanted to give them a very luxurious woman, very glamorous.
And the opulence continued with the staging. The patriarch of self-indulgence held court in a bed fit for seduction.
Sometimes the bedroom is a place where you feel more comfort. So in this bedroom there is a lot of my fantasy. This is one expression of the place every woman likes most of the time to stay. A bedroom with two wonderful mirrors, the place where every woman chooses the dress for a wonderful night or the dress for the day after. This is one bedroom that should be a dream for every woman. I believe like that.
Cavalli's vision of his woman didn't end in the bedroom. That was just the beginning of her extravagant journey.
Journey for a woman, or about journey about my fantasy, because sometimes when I talk about traveling, I prefer sometimes to say with my fantasy.
It's a very romantic lady, a romantic dreaming lady that she's traveling around, a nomad girl, and she's picking up things all over the world and mixing them together in her way, in a very individual way. A lot of Venetian velvets, that we did a very special work on it with some gold on top. It's very rich, a lot of embroideries, French embroideries, very, very haute couture embroideries. This is our bird. It's called the bird collection. It's part of our dream, of the lady that she dreams.
I love the bird because the feather is light, it's colorful. Sometimes I use because it gives volume to my dress. I like to work with the natural part of our life. In my opinion, my show is like a movie. It's like should be like a movie, a dream.
While Roberto Cavalli created his version of an Italian Versailles on the runway, the collection he showed was much more demure than in seasons past. For the time being, the dawn of overt sexuality has turned his back on such flashy displays.
I was a designer that a few years ago gave the power to every woman to be sexy in one way. Today I say, no, I want to show you that we can be sexy also with a softer way to be feminine.
A complete about face. And he in fact said to me before the show, in the past I've always been designing for women who want to flaunt, who want to show everything, you know, rich, luxury, too much. And now I'm looking for a new vision that is more pure and innocent. And I must admit, I thought, ha ha, because there we were in this sort of recreation of the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles. But amazingly, it was very, very turned down. And he literally swapped from sort of strident and sexy to soft and subtle. And again, it was a very, very soft, pretty collection.
I thought they were also very pretty. I mean, it just seems like that's kind of the theme in Milan a little bit. And also not as aggressively sexy as I'm used to seeing from him.
Very romantic, very innocent. No, very innocent. For one woman that I would like to feel again a little bit naive, because I believe that in the last years we exaggerate to show too much, and sometimes showing too much, we give too much space to vulgarity. No. Suddenly I say, no, I want a woman as I like, as a man. You know, I like to discover what can be.
Cavalli's flower prints were central to his collection, capturing the tenderness of fresh buds.
You know, the print is my art, is my way to be artist. That was the way, that the reason that we are in this Versailles, one stage where I would like to show my art. And, you know, my art is fashion.
It's his 40th year, which is longer than almost anybody in this. People forget how long. He started making gloves and piecing leather literally in Florence in the 70s.
My collection, my fashion is natural, is naive. I tell you that in Russia, I think, they make one test between the little girl, Marido, I think until 10 years old, the high school which design they prefer, they say Roberto Cavalli. That makes me so happy.
40 pieces with lots of love. We put a lot of leather. We worked a lot with leather, with suedes, all the workmanship from Florence, from our artisans. We really put them all together in this project.
And this time, I think Roberto basically said, oh, what the hell? It's my anniversary, and it was an explosion of Uber Cavalli. It was like every dress seemed to be a finale dress.
I think it's really to be applauded that he's managed to survive and prosper for such a long time, and selling clothes.
I really like the risks and how bold the chances are that he takes with fashion, and it just seems like he's got a real creativity about him and a great imagination.
Really enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. I like the long kind of backless tassel dresses.
This is what he does. It's super sexy. It's totally that music, rocker girl. You know, it's everything that he's cultivated in terms of who he is as a designer, you know, on the runway. I mean, it's his 40th anniversary. You can really see how far he's come.
He does his look, and you know, I think probably younger designers can learn from the fact that longevity seems to come out of consistency.
I'm against the fashion. I like to be myself and to show to everybody that I am myself without care about anything, just to make happy and sexual every woman in the world.
The beauty of fashion is never stops. There's all the time a development, all the time something new is coming up. But that's the interesting thing, the beauty about fashion. And I hope we will do many, many more beautiful things.
Everything of fashion, they try to make the fashion like industrial. That I don't care. I prefer to be myself. The future is a love for every woman could have for me, because if I receive, I'm able to give, and to give means creativity for me. You know, we celebrate in 2 days in Paris with a big party. Don't ask me about the party, because I hope it will be a big surprise for me as well.
And Cavalli's celebration continued a few days later in the City of Lights, where he showed his first collection.
I started in Paris to be here today. September 1970, I show a small collection, 20 pieces in leather, in the Pret-a-Porter. I cannot forget it. If I look back, I don't know, it's there, it's there, I can touch.
Tonight we're celebrating 40 years of Roberto, so it's going to be a great night. A lot of his friends are here, you know, to celebrate him.
His clothes just make you feel good, and I think when you feel good, it sort of gives you a sense of confidence. And I don't ever go to leopard, it's not my go-to, so I figured, you know what, for Cavalli, it's such an iconic print for him, I'm going to do it.
Anytime I've worn Cavalli, I always have a great night. I just find his clothes incredibly easy and comfortable. I think they're very feminine friendly.
He definitely is one of those men that makes women look really, really sexy.
You know, I think that a woman's desire to look, feel sexy, to stand out, to not blend will never go away. And so I think that's what he represents, is that kind of fire inside women.
You are close to me as you. Ciao. I tell you, I got idea from that collection when I went to my museum, because I have a big space where I keep all my pieces from the last 4 years. I started to say, oh my God, that was fantastic, that was beautiful. And you know, I copied myself at that time. It's one romantic, sexy, glamour woman, transparent but completely covered. One woman that she will speak with the eyes, with the way that, you know, with the big problem that today we have in Italy about all the things they create around the woman. That is one woman as I love, to have one woman like that close to me. Fashion embroidery,
my technique on printing, but I am just afraid that 15 seconds that will be on the runway maybe not will be enough for you, for my fans, to appreciate the details of that collection.
I thought it was an interesting departure from his usual aesthetic. It was significantly more goth. I mean, to me, he's always stood for a kind of exuberant embrace of like full-on rock and roll, sexy 70s, non-ironic clothing, and there's a great place for that.
Roberto Cavalli also was strong and modern, in a kind of dark, in a dark way, gothic.
Quintessential Italian. Cavalli is all about sexy and pushing the limits.
There was definitely a very Versailles sensibility. You know, a lot of the gilding that was in the fabrics and a lot of the gilding that was also on the sequins was interesting. Little sequin tops that had a little bust detail, even the leggings that were gilded. A little bit of decadent decay, if you will. When you saw the girls, it looked as if they'd been running through Versailles and taking all those interesting tapestries, the brocades, and the beautiful fabrics, and had made clothes out of them. The animale and the idea of the brocade that was printed onto the chiffon, and just the whisper of the little metallic sequin leggings and those interesting little underpinnings that had a little bit of sparkle and shine. But it was very decadent, even in the furs that many times were mixed with feathers. Feather ombreing into fur, but at times feeling just a little antique, like you would expect fabrics and textiles coming out of Versailles to be. So that decadent decay had a real kind of sexiness to it, as only Mr. Cavalli could bring to us.
Or you make something special. If not, fashion today, you have the concurrence about the ready-to-wear. You have to be special. If you are special, you are the best.
Cavalli was so beautiful. Opening the show with white on white, which we're seeing a lot of that here this season, but the idea of white in organza, chiffon, and then taking leather and cutting it almost like fringe into a little tiny strip that was caught almost garland-like as a drapery on a beautiful legging or a pant, and then putting beautiful white beading and details all over tunics. And then gorgeous color. I'm loving Milan most when it's injected with color. He's loving peachy apricot shades and often hit with the idea of acid green.
Very, very colorful. You will see. I hope that you like color. But you have to think that everything will be in the next summer with a guy that love colors. All my fans love colors.
A finale of jaw-dropping and skin-bearing evening gowns showcase Roberto Cavalli's strong and sultry woman.
Two of the most beautiful pieces in the show, a peach lace gown that was actually overlaid with laser-cut leather that resembled lace. It was so exquisite, so special, and really gave it a very couture detail, and also did the same thing with a shorter dress in acid green.
I want that every woman feel free, They feel free, they feel that they love what is really to be happy to be in life. And with my color, I'm sure that that gives this kind of feeling. Oh my God, I can tell you something that really, that is one collection, glamour, glamour, glamour.
Roberto Cavalli blended tough glamour with a touch of Italian Renaissance artistry for his fall 2013 collection.
3 words: the femininity, the art as a natural. I tried to make in these 3 words in that collection. Printed, but not printed, because all the pieces that you saw in this runway was painted by myself, included the bags, included the shoes, and that make me happy. The fair, sometimes, the fair is one compliment to have this fair with such an effect, with the same color of my print. Did you see red China, red with the green? I think that this kind of colors I copy, I try to get idea. When I'm in Tokyo, I come back with a lot of idea and a lot of books, because we have the most beautiful books in the world. Bags. Every bag painted by hand with my signature will be different from every piece. Every shoes the same way, because I'm sure that will be a big revolution in the accessory world from this moment. Every girl will love to have one bag painted from Roberto Cavalli with my personal signature. Because sometimes Roberto Cavalli is excess, but I am excess in glamour. I'm excess to love the personality of a woman, and in that case I want to transform a woman. I want the woman love me. That is my way.